going on YouTube? GraveCinder here, and welcome back for episode number 35. This is episode 2 of our recent decision to improve the city as far as traffic goes. That includes the cars and trucks. That also includes the trains and just a better layout of everything in the city before we start the expansion itself. In the previous episode, if you guys remember, we actually went ahead and, if I can find it, there we go. We redid the whole metro network. So that is all done and complete, and hopefully that'll work just as well as I think it will. On the agenda today are going to be bus routes. So if you remember, we did remove every single bus route from the city. So that is something that we're going to be working on today. And kind of what I'm thinking about doing is making several smaller routes as far as buses go. So like for example, this area right here will be covered by one bus route. This area over here will be covered, actually this whole area over here will be covered with one or two bus routes. We just have to figure out exactly how to place them so they are as efficient as possible. And then if you guys see right here, we have not a single public transport right here in this area, so we're also going to utilize buses and maybe one or two routes, and we're going to have these buses bring these folks over to the metros. In addition to, we are also going to create a bus route that goes, well, let's say from somewhere about there, and kind of covering this area right over here, and one that collects all of the folks over here and brings them to the metro. But in addition to that, it's also going to bring them over here in this area. The other thing that I plan on doing in this episode is, let me open up the info view here. So check this out, guys. We have completely used up all of our oil resource. So the oil industry is still making us money. Check this out. Down where it says specializations, under oil, we're still making 5,200. And that's true, it's correct, and it's working. But let me tell you how it's working. So I mentioned to you guys recently that I went on the Steam forums, and I took a look at the description and kind of what happens when you run out of a depletable resource such as oil or ore. So when you run out of it, yeah, the buildings are still gonna stay there and produce the materials needed, but we'll start over here. All of these trains, not all, but I want to say maybe 80% of these trains are cargo trains bringing in oil to this area over here. And if you can see, the backup is just enormous. It's everywhere. There's no way around it. There's trains that are timing out. There's trains that have been waiting there for like several weeks before they get their turn to go visit a dock, and it's given us a backup to every single train route or train connection that we have. So this being the longest one, if you take a look, and they're still coming. So here's what we're gonna do. We have absolutely zero or minimal, I think I have like one or two of generic industry. So yeah, there you can see oil all gone. We have some right here, but we're not going to be bumping that out. Let me go back into economy. So over here where you see that that we have the specializations, oil is going to go away, but also where you see under industry, we have 0, level 1, 2, or 3 buildings, which means that we don't have a single zone building that is regular industry. So that is also what we're going to do here in this episode. We are going to convert this whole section to regular industry. So let's go ahead and start very slowly, because we don't want to disrupt all operations in the city. So we'll do that for now. While we are placing the bus routes, I'm gonna have the game on 3-speed, and periodically we're gonna come back over here and check out the area, make sure that everything's going up well, and then we're gonna start removing more of this district. Don't worry, we're gonna make another district over it. It's gonna have a name of its own and a couple of different policies, but for now we're just gonna chuck at it little by little. So yes, let's go ahead and do that. Before we start, we're sitting at 5.9 million. I forgot to mention in the previous episode that all of the placement of all the metros and everything that end up costing us about $500,000, which is okay. Hey, we have plenty of money to play around with and make our city as functional as possible. We have 42,000 incoming per week. Now remember, last time when we left off, we had I had the nighttime turned on, so for a unique reason, whatever that may be, the nighttime income is actually about triple than what we, or maybe double, than what we make during the day. So that's why that's sitting at 42. That is going to go down as soon as I resume the simulation. We are sitting at 75.5 thousand population in our city, and we also have 122 residents moving in weekly. We do have a demand for residential, commercial, as well as industrial. Industrial wise, just so you know, and we'll take a quick look here. So keep in mind, these are just one level specialized industry. These guys have anywhere from 18 workers, I believe, all the way out to larger, or actually this one had, where was it? Just 12. So it does look like the maximum over here is 18. In any case, you guys are going to see, oh, there we go, there's one. 24 workers. You'll notice that once we get rid of all of these, the oil pumps, we're going to have a little bit of a lesser demand for jobs, because regular industry does have a higher capacity to employ more workers. So you'll notice that. Oh, that's where I was. Yes. Let's go ahead and get over here into the bus tab. We're gonna start small. We're gonna start on this side over here. So we're gonna take a bus route, and we're gonna collect folks from this road right here. We're gonna come back out this way and deliver them to this area over here. Now you see that we did have a route over here previously, which is good. The buses are still there. They are going to return back to the bus depot. But since we have not resumed the simulation per se, they are all still in that particular area. And you know what? Now that I think about it, to ease up on the traffic over here, what we can do is add an additional route, and I think this is going to work out perfectly because we have just enough room. Let's give them a road with trees. Perfect. There we go. So that's what I wanted to do, is add a road that's going to go through here, which will make it easier for these folks to get in here for shopping. But also it's going to be easier for us to make a loop for a bus route. Cool. Since we are going to have the simulation resumed, I am going to go ahead and add a cemetery right there. I think that should be just a-okay. The nearest one is there. There's a ton of dead bodies over here. So I think an additional one is going to be just a-okay there. So as promised, let's go ahead and resume the simulation. As you can see, these buildings over here are coming down. So let's focus on what we said that we're going to do. I know I'm having some sort of a case of ADD going on over here right now, so forgive me. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. This is the route that we're gonna go, just like so, and come back over here. So let's start with the stop right here. We'll put one all the way over here. There's gonna be absolutely 0 stops alongside this road, because that is kind of our main avenue, and this is a one-way, and this is a outgoing one-way. So we'll have to let's go ahead and put a stop right here. We will put one right there. I think 2 stops in that area should be just enough. Collect some folks here. We are forced to go right over here, and let's just complete the route. Let's not make it overly complicated, because it doesn't have to be. There isn't too many people in this particular area, so we don't need to add too many stops that shouldn't be there. Perfect. Now we're just gonna loop back around, make a stop right there, and complete to there. So we have a clockwise and a counterclockwise route going on, which is good. A little bit of a backup over here, which we'll keep an eye on. Okay, next order of business is going to be a route in this area, bringing people to this stop, and I think actually that we're gonna have to make 2, because these if you guys remember, we made these 2 neighborhoods over here separate. They have a couple of walkways there. I think they're perfectly okay just walking over to the metro station, but let's see if we can make their life just a little bit easier. And we'll start with let's start with the route right here. We'll have a stop there, come around, we'll make one right there, we can even make one right here, so if people want to visit the Rough Rider Stadium, they are absolutely welcome to. Let's make a stop there and there. Actually, you know what? We are gonna have to not have a stop there, because that means that we have to go all the way out here and around and come back in, and that is not something that that I want to do. So let's make a stop right there, one here, one there, and complete the line right there. I think that should be just okay. I know it's not much, but it is something. And just to make it a little bit easier for these guys, let's go ahead and add a stop right there too. They're kind of close together, but I think that should work out just fine. So now let's do the same thing. We're gonna do a counterclockwise route. And I am keeping an eye on the industrial demand down below. It looks like it's doing just fine for now. Let's go ahead and revisit. That's doing okay. Hopefully it's not too soon, but let's go ahead and have this area over here kind of fill in as well. We can easily get rid of that whole block, just so we have more buildings to come in. We'll zone a little bit of residential. Why not? That is appropriate, I think. Go. Perfect. We're just gonna leave it the way it is. Actually, you know what? For the sake of symmetry, let's see if we can pull this off. There we go. And there we go. Perfect. Alright. Now, let's get back to doing what we were doing, which are bus routes, and we have left off in this area right here. So that bus route is complete. Let's go ahead and make one that's say gonna come from here, come to about. See, what I don't want to do is I don't want to follow the trams, because then it's pointless to have trams, right? So I am gonna make a road connection right over here. I think that's gonna be good enough. That way we can put a bus route through and come and loop around. So let's start right there. We can pick up some folks. There is another street coming through right there. Actually, we're gonna come through here. We can come through there. There's no metro stop anywhere alongside here, so we can comfortably place a bus stop right there. We can even put one right there. There. And complete the line, just like so. For a counterclockwise route, let's start right here. I know we have a couple of these stops over here that are already kind of counterclockwise, but that is a-okay. Alright, let's see, how are we doing this? So we're coming from here. Interesting. So let's do this. Instead of going all the way over here, let's make a loop through here. So we'll have a stop there, there. So here's why I did this, just so you can understand. I'm sure you already do, but I'll explain it as well. So there's a route that's already going a clockwise and a counterclockwise way down this way. So what we did is we just kind of eliminated this this pink bus from coming over here, and we just made a route that's collecting people through this particular area. And we're gonna leave it just like so. What I will do, or will I? Let's see. Let me go ahead and delete this. There we go. I was thinking about making a express route that just covers this this stretch of road right here. And I'm still thinking, and I think we're gonna do it. Let's do it. So let's start there. We can make a stop there, even though actually no, nobody's gonna use that stop. Let's do a stop right there. We can stop there. One there. Oh, I completely forgot I had the game on pause. Totally my mistake. So now we're gonna want to turn around somewhere. So let's make a stop here just for fun, and come back like so. I think that's plenty of coverage. So these folks right here in this area can walk to either the buses here, the metro here, or here. And I think it would be pointless to make a bus route kind of covering this whole stretch of road over here, even though it would benefit this area. But I think we're gonna leave it for now. Industrial demand is 0. That means that these guys are still building, and they are. So you guys notice, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to tell the difference in this episode or not, but all of these trains should go away, because that's the only reason that I can think of that we have so many of them backing up. Is we didn't have them before, and then once we ran out of this natural resource here, they showed up out of nowhere and just kind of clogged up our whole train network, which isn't really designed to handle a lot of traffic in the first place, but hey, it is what it is now, and that's why we're working on it, right? By the way, I don't know if I mentioned in the previous episode, I do plan on redesigning this. I just haven't really come up with an idea of what we're gonna have here. In any case, squirrel. Let's get back to bus routes. So for this area, let's make a bus route that covers this first half, so this block right here. And in order to do that, actually, unless I don't want to go this way, I don't. So no buses over here on this road, at least for now. So we'll start right here, one right in there. I like having a symmetrical grid, because it makes placing pretty much everything a lot easier. And I want to move that stop right there. And you know what? We did forget to add a stop. Just right there. Yeah, let's go ahead and make the other route as well. Kind of had a thought there that that we should do a counterclockwise as well, but I mean, we do have the pathway network built over here, so I'm not even sure that they're going to be using the buses that we're already placing here. But at the very least, they cannot complain about the lack of public transport, right? Because we're going to give them every single option. There we go. Perfect. Oh, look at that. There's already some people gathering at the bus stops. Cool. All right. I kind of want to make a counterclockwise route just covering the whole area. I don't know if that's going to be too excuse me, too many buses, but we'll see. Let's just do it. If it doesn't work, hey, it's very easy to get rid of it. I have a feeling most of our traffic over here in this area is just going to be too many buses. Oh, yep, that wasn't supposed to go there. Okay, cool. So we have this area done, this area done, this area done, and kind of this area done over here, just one stretch. Now for the fun part is going to be figuring out exactly how we're gonna connect this these roads over here, because we have them going vertically at a 45-degree angle, horizontally, kind of a little bit of everything. So I'm thinking let's start here. Just looking for a turnaround point, and
it's Super Salmon Days down at Fish Brothers for a limited time.
is that is not a road. No, there's no road there. I don't know, for a second I thought that we had a road going on there, but we don't, so let's do this. Let's make a stop here, why not? So it looks like here we're gonna run into kind of the same idea that we did over in the other part of the town, where we're not really gonna need a counterclockwise route because we have this one going on. So it goes back and forth. Turnaround point from there is gonna have to come through here, come back over here, come on, there, and stop right there. So now the buses cover the vertical area here that the metro doesn't, if that makes sense. So let's kind of do the same thing over here. We're gonna make a route that that comes from here, goes this way, and comes back up. Again, utilizing just one route, as opposed to doing a clockwise and counterclockwise. I'm gonna try and spread these stops just a little bit further apart. Oh, but that road is blocked. Okay. We can make a stop there. Actually, that's not bad. Turnaround point right there. And turnaround point right there. Excuse me. Well, we're pushing 30 minutes already. The industrial demand is back up high, so let us come back over here and get rid of some more stuff. So let's just do, actually, let's just go ahead and get rid of the whole thing. Let's check out the power. The power is currently being transferred via, I'm gonna do this because I'm not sure that that is going to be valid for much longer, simply because everybody that's zoning is naturally going to want to zone right near a fire station. Let's go ahead and leave it the way it is. Check this out, guys. Our population has grown to 79,000. Pretty cool. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and finish our bus routes here. So vertical, horizontal. That is not a road. What about a bus route that'll bring you around there? There we go, just like so. So you're kind of have a bus going around this way as well. And the metros are bringing you from here, where we kind of have quite a few stops. They're bringing you over here to the shopping area, so I'm not really sure that we need anything coming over here. If anything, I would say that we can probably use a route with a stop right there, kind of a bit vertical. See, if I put a stop right here, I know it's going to cause even more traffic than we currently have there. And this one just loops back around, so I was kind of hoping we had a road connection over here. Let's leave that alone for now. We're gonna give that a little bit more thought. So, as promised, let's go ahead and give these guys a bus route as well. And taking a look, ideally what I want to have happen is a bus route come from here, come down, circle around, and come back. So to keep things simple, let's just start a bus route there. We can collect some folks there, there. And so we don't have a connection from here to this road. We never planned on it. So what we would have to do is come through here and go down that way, which I'm not hating the idea, except that that is a that's a one-way road there, so we can't really do that. Scratch that idea as well. Let's take a look and see what's going on over here. I think that we can easily put a road connection from there to there. Hopefully that's not gonna cause chaos, as most stuff does when we kind of mess with what already works. And we're gonna upgrade that stretch of road there, and why not that stretch of road right there as well. Okay, back to bus routes. Man, this is taking forever. I didn't think it would take us this long. Or take me that long. You guys are just watching, probably just begging for this to be over. I don't know, but hopefully you can maybe learn a thing or two. I'm sorry. I'm having this really bad tickle in my throat for some reason. Kind of placing bus routes in your city is quite difficult unless you have just an actual grid that you're going off of, which I know most people don't. Kind of like what I have going on over here. Okay, I think we found a way out. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to cough really bad. Coming back over here, let's loop inside, make a couple of stops over here, and come back out. There we go. I think that should be just good enough. I don't want to overwhelm the city with too many buses or bus routes, and I don't want to confuse any citizens, even though this particular route over here does look pretty confusing. So we'll leave it and kind of see what happens. We have had the game on 3-speed for a while now. I'm curious to see if, and nope, it's still the same. I'm strongly considering putting in the policy that the final ward mentioned for this area over here. That policy is, let's see here, Old Town. Only residents and businesses can use this area for motor vehicles. So essentially what this would do if activated is if all of this traffic or most of this traffic over here is using this road to get through and say come out this way, which I don't see why they would, but if they are, that is going to prevent them from doing that and force them to use the highway to come down this way. So just for fun, let's go ahead and activate it, and on the next episode we'll see if that actually worked. I'll let the game run for a little while before I start the next episode, just to see if that is something that actually worked. The trains here are still a bit backed up, which is a-okay. I think they're all still kind of trying to realize of what's going on over here. But cool. Alright guys, hey, thank you so much for watching. We're approaching about 40 minutes right now for this episode, and there's been 0 time lapse and everything. I really hope you guys made it through it and didn't fall asleep. If you did, I do apologize. We're working on this. We're trying to build a functional city. So everything that we're doing here is it's important to take care of becomes or before it becomes a bigger problem, because I keep going back to the forums that I read. There's plenty of people who kind of lock themselves into a grid, and they have no way out, so they just have to get rid of the city that they spent hours and hours building, and it sucks. It really does. I know how bad I felt when I lost that tropical series due to a really bad game save or whatever in the world happened. I still don't have a clear answer on it. But I didn't even spend that much time. I think we were at 40,000 population or something, something small like that. So half the size of this city. But um, yeah, that would definitely suck. But in any case, guys, hey, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. It really helps out my channel. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like. And for those of you who have been playing this game for a while, keep the suggestions coming. Keep the advice coming as well. If you see something that I did with the bus route that you think could be improved, drop a comment down below. Let me know. I'm looking for constructive criticism here. Thanks again, and as always, guys, have a good time.